Mike's hot boots on the ground, troops coming heavy with the no-nonsense sound. Ain't no filters, we break the mold. Stories hidden, swept away, now they're getting told. Spotlights hit, the tension pops. We ain't here for nothing but the real damn drops. We're busting bubbles, taking names, cussing and discussing, changing the game. No smoke, no mirrors, no curtain calls. Piss on the fire and call the dogs. Steel chairs, court stairs, backstage heat. Legends fall when we bring that beat. Voices sharp, we cutting right through. Best damn team, yeah, you know it's true. We ain't your daddy's play-by-play. We call it raw, we're here to stay. From bell to bell, win or loss. Truth don't care who signs the checks or calls the boss. Putting out fires, taking names, cussing and discussing, fueling the flames. Standing tall when the last bell call. Piss on the fire and call the dogs.
Hello, everybody. I want to thank you all for joining us for this edition of Cussin Discussin. I am the Doctor of Professional Wrestling, Mike Blankenship, PhD. Alongside me tonight, as always, the excellence of elocution, Walter Dixon. They loved the live so much last time. I says, why the hell not? We're going to do it again.
We're going to do it again.
We're going to do it again. I mean,
we've got a big show coming up this weekend, and well, truth is, we've got two of the, I hate to say two stars. There's one star and one
who thinks he's a star. Might be 5 star.
But anyway, we have two folks here to join us tonight.
We do.
And but first,
I do want to say, if people are watching, they can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcast, Audible, Rumble, and all other major podcasting platforms.
That's correct.
We're growing.
Yeah, absolutely. And hey, it's the honest to goodness hype tonight. This is not a reunion.
It's a reckoning.
It's a reckoning. Little bit of backstory though, leading into this. These two men that are joining us tonight, they have logged more miles on the road together than almost any combination of independent wrestlers. Once allies, now on diverging paths.
Yeah, they're not even friends anymore.
So without further ado, let's give a big introduction to Mr. 5-Star Charlie Craig. Hello, Charlie Craig.
Charlie Craig.
The 5-Star Don, and the Appalachian Animal Brutus, former Elevate Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. How are you, Brutus? Welcome, gentlemen, to Cussin Discussin.
Guys, it is great to have you both.
Yeah, well,
I say that out of habit.
Yeah, it's definitely out of habit because it wasn't out of feeling. But yes, it is good to have you both here with us tonight. So we're going to open this up, do a little bit of spotlight, so to speak, on the Appalachian Animal Brutus. Brutus, walk us through. Everyone who's watching should know by now that you are the inaugural Elevate Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. Walk us through the night you defeated Kerry Morton and Big Grizzly Gunner Ray to become the first ever Elevate Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. And what did that mean to you?
Going into the match, I was so hyper focused because I knew that there could only be one first, and I was determined that was going to be me. And I didn't care if I had to go through Kerry or I had to go through Gunner. Me and Kerry had a bout before. I knew it was going to be something that it was either, I looked at it as I was either going to have to take him completely out or I was going to have to earn his respect. And we see which way that ended up swaying. So I have to say, after the match, though, there was a bit of obvious discussion of what needed to happen. And after holding the gold in my hand and realizing the path it took to get there, I had to let some things go and make my own way. And that's where we're at.
One of the things you let go there was
Disconnection with the Five Star Don, the Five Star Mafia.
yes. So really, what did that mean to you that night to become the inaugural heavyweight champion of Elevate Pro Wrestling?
Mean to me, it depends on which way you put it. So in the sense of gaining the title, mean to me was such an honor to see something that had grown and the determination. Because look, whether I play nice, whether I not play nice, like when the bell rings, there's grit behind me, and there's no like it's by any means necessary.
Yeah.
And that's whether you like me or whether you don't. And when I won, it was a moment of payoff out of all the dirty stuff I've done to get there, to the point where I realized that in order to keep the title, I was probably going to have to sway a little bit differently. And by doing so, I might have lost a friend. I might have lost a foe. I might have had to turn to repercussions of what he's trying to do now. But look, I'm all gas and no brakes, and that's how I'm always going to be. And the only people that tried to stop me was when my injury came about. And look, I'm healed and I'm back, and I'm ready to start tearing into people again.
Let's talk about that injury a little bit. That was on back in May, I want to say, Warzone, Oliver Springs, Tennessee. You and Michael Gabriel had a banger of a match. You come out victorious, but there was indeed an injury. Can you tell us a little bit about that and the healing process?
What haven't the fans seen about that?
Yeah, so and I give it to Michael, as creepy as he is, and as much as he tried to persuade me to think that I was gonna just hand him a title, he put it in the wrong one to think that I'm just gonna lay down for somebody. Like, that's never gonna happen. And going into the match, I knew something fuzzy was about that because I've seen Michael Gabriel before and how he works.
Right.
And I give it to the kid. He put up a hell of a fight, but we got into the point towards the end of the match. And it was straight accident. It wasn't like I caught a stray or anything like that. I was actually doing something to him. I was doing the twisted neck breaker towards the end of the match, if you watch it
Right.
back. And in midair, as I came down, the back of his head ended up coming down on top of me. So it was kind of a bittersweet moment where, I might have got him pretty hard, but, he took me at the same time. So that's why as soon as the neck breaker hit and I could feel my face swelling instantly, I knew that it was time that I had to pull the trigger and let him eat a boot. I knew that was the only time that was the only opportunity I had to continue to win that match. So, I mean,
Yeah.
and the injury itself, so I fractured, it's called a maxillary fracture. I fractured a point in my cheekbone that runs towards my sinuses. And look, it was a scary feeling sitting in the ER till 5 o'clock in the morning and trying to know if I was going to even be able to wrestle anymore or what was to happen, because they were worried that if it fractured my orbital, then I could have went blind. And so I had that instant moment for the next few days that, like, would this be the epitome of my career? Like, am I not only going to end up losing my title, but I'm going to end up losing my fans, EPW, my career, everything that I've worked 18 years to build, and people like Mr. Five Star over here that I've literally had to push away to continue to catch traction. Like, it was just everything in life felt like it was crumbling at one time. So it was a very depressing time, honestly, not knowing until about 2-3 weeks in, when I got the final, like, this is about how long it's going to take to heal. And being in contact with Mr. Moore, decided for best interest in business, and I have to respect that it was for me to have to vacate the title. And I told him by vacating in that process that I told him I wanted no handouts coming back, that if it took me starting from the bottom, I was going to be Elevate Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Champion again at some point.
I noticed just a little bit there while you were talking about vacating the title. There was an intriguing grin come across the face of the Five Star Don, but we'll get to that in a moment.
He looked like a possum eating peach seeds up there.
Yeah. So June 14th, 2025, we were at Hollers and Heroes Con in Pikeville, Kentucky at the Appalachian Wireless Arena. Just after the con, you told Mike and I to meet you, and you relinquished the gold. You gave it over to Mike. You shook our hands and you just kind of walked off. It was a very somber moment for us, and I know it was a very somber moment for you. Were you close to leaving wrestling entirely at that moment?
That was that dark time that I was talking about, because when I first had got that conversation about having to vacate the title, you know, that added on top of, you know, already the thoughts of losing my wrestling career altogether. So it just kind of compiled. You know, they say that like when one thing happens, everything's going to compile at one time, and you have to start back, you know, at rock bottom. And that's where it made me feel like I was literally at rock bottom, because I just got the point where I thought I was going to lose my career. Now I'm also having to understand that I'm losing my title, and your brain kind of goes like, is this it? Is this all I had left in me? Is this the last championship I'm going to win? Is this the last time I'm going to be in front of these fans and stuff? And so, yeah, it was hard. And on top of that, like with the amount that I've grown to love and respect both of you, to hand you the belt, like I didn't trust it in nobody else's hands at that point. And
Understanding
it was a very touching moment. As far as I'm concerned, I wasn't anticipating it in any way. I hadn't talked to Mr. Moore. I hadn't really spoken to you till I didn't. We had been at the con all day together, and we never talked about that.
We were all, even as bad as I hate to say it, we actually had fun that day, all of us, even though we were being kind of five-starred from behind. But we all had a blast that day. We had a great time with the fans, and you met some amazing fans that just, they took to you immediately. Yeah.
Yeah. That'll be a moment that's ingrained in my brain forever.
Yes. That's a fact. I'll give you that. And yeah, one of those.
Oh God, no.
So
yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you.
Well, with your pending return, what is your plan? What can we expect from the Appalachian Animal this weekend and moving forward?
Look, I've done so. Aside from Elevate Pro Wrestling, I'd got released to fully get back in the ring, not just for Elevate. Back in, let's see, the end of June, 1st of July. And yeah, it was a little bit of a test run at first, because there's a lot of like, it's almost like PTSD when you go back in that ring after facing a big injury like that. You feel very self-cautious about everything you do. But after that first match, and it was like that first taste of blood again. Everything in me fueled back up with fire, and like I said, I'm full on right now. I'm getting in some of the best shape I've ever been in, and like I'm full force, and there's nothing that's going to stand between me and nothing between me and that belt again. Let alone being the face of not just Elevate, but all of independent wrestling. It's a goal. And I know in me that I've always had determination, but now it's more than just determination. It's passion and grit, and I'm not letting go.
He just hold on now. I think he might have let go.
We lost Brutus for a second. It's probably a connection issue.
Probably is, but we will go ahead. Charlie Craig, if you can. Um, Coming out of Warzone, Oliver Springs, Tennessee, the Vision Zander Storm went head to head with Nakeem the Dream in basically an Iron Man match for that next level title in the finals. What is next for the Five Star Mafia, especially now that the next level title is in the hands of the Five Star Mafia, specifically the Vision Zander Storm?
As you very well know, I stop at nothing. So, what's next for the Five Star Mafia? I'm going to be honest, we're taking over. We are going to be as but anyway, that's another song and dance. Disappearing and being gone, we've all saw that that's one of the strands. But anyway, so at people thought
Sound like a robot.
Charlie Craig.
You know,
either nothing or no one.
I think we caught enough of that to know exactly, and it's not like we didn't know.
no, going into it, I mean, we realized exactly what was going to happen.
We know enough at this point to know what the Five Star Mafia is about and how they're going to react here.
Go ahead.
As for the heavyweight title chase, Charlie Craig, with the EPW heavyweight title now vacant, is this Zander Storm's moment? Will he cash in that next level championship? Or will Zach Appalachia rise up and challenge with his number one contendership?
Cat's got his tongue.
Yeah.
The
Tell you what,
is full.
You'd think with 5-star quality, he'd be able to afford a better phone to be able to have some service.
He got 5-star quality and LTE service down there, it looks like.
Yeah. Oh, so
So
try
that's
that
why
again,
you
Charlie Craig.
disappeared.
Son, you ain't never going to
Brutus got a lot
disappear.
to say for somebody whose strongest point is disappearing, but we all know.
Wait a minute, hold on just a minute. Now you
Concerning the 5-star Mafia, if you stop at nothing and we hear no one.
So
you talk about disappearing, but you're the one that, with all due respect, your Elevate Pro Wrestling contract basically gives you veto power all over all Mafia decisions if you're not present.
and you're the one that took a vacation while Mr. Moore was trying to figure out what to do with this, knowing that your Mafia members have number one contendership and the next level title. He spent, as far as the information we have gained, 2 weeks trying to reach you, and you would not return phone calls or messages, simply because I think you were just stringing Mr. Moore along, trying to get his blood pressure up, and I think you've done a pretty good job of that.
I'm good at everything I do, but when I'm on vacation, I'm not obligated to answer his calls. He can wait because you know what? The 5-star Mafia, just because I was on vacation, didn't mean that we don't have a plan and weren't planning even then.
Well, I always figured, if I was Zander Storm, my thought would be to cash that title in.
Yes.
But if I'm Zach Appalachia, I'm the number one contender to that title. It's my baby.
Yeah. So we know enough about Mr. Five Star, the 5-star Don, Charlie Craig, to know he's not going to pit his two strongest allies, his two strongest members against each other.
You know,
so
he might not be going to, but
Mr. Moore may have tried. But again,
that's
he
not
has
neither here
veto
nor
power.
there.
He
But
has veto
at
power.
the end of the day, if Zach Appalachian says, you know what? I'm at the top of my game. I've busted my rear end for this. I'm going for it. And Zander Storm says, I've got the belt.
Yeah.
Could it force the issue?
Again, I go back to what you said earlier about Charlie Craig's veto power on his contract. So, Charlie Craig, what do you say?
I say Harlan has surprises coming that they ain't nobody ready for. And I'll tell you this, my boys not only are in unity, but things couldn't be better.
Well, there you go.
Interesting.
So
Cussin Discussion, are you ready for a spoiler to the fact that I know a lot through Mr. Moore, and the surprises that Mr. Five Star thinks he has, I've already been 3 steps ahead.
Okay.
Wow. So do you want to go ahead and fill us in here, Brutus?
Sure. So Charlie Craig's holding out on telling anybody that Zach Appalachian and Zander have already been in discussion with Mr. Five Star, and Mr. Five Star's already went to Mr. Moore. Zander will be cashing in his next level belt.
Wow.
Zach Appalachian is giving his first contenders for the heavyweight up for his shot at the next level belt Saturday. So I done know what's happening, and I did a little digging myself when I found this out, and you know what I was promised?
I could only imagine.
Saturday, the Appalachian Animal against Nakeem the Dream to see who faces Zander in September for the heavyweight title.
Wow.
There's nobody fearing any information you have. Listen, we have already pre-planned, and just like I said before, some animals just need tamed, and even though you think you're untamable, it's about to get real for you like never before.
Good luck.
So we just heard it here, Doc. This Saturday, August 2nd, Elevate Pro Wrestling
live
at the Putney Shriners facility.
Shriners Fairgrounds, Putney, Kentucky, yes.
A benefit show for the Shriners Children's Love to the Rescue. We were going to ask, what should the fans expect? And we just got it. We're having a flip-flop of positions here with the 5-Star Mafia, where Zander is cashing in for the heavyweight title. Zach is using his #1 contendership rather than for the heavyweight title as to go for the next level title. Obviously, Charlie Craig putting that brain to work, finally, probably smoke rolling out of his ears on this one.
Something rolling out of his ears.
He's going to try to grab both belts at the same time.
Well, do you expect anything less?
No.
I don't either.
But we also just heard we're going to see the return of the Appalachian Animal stepping back into the ring to unleash rage in a new chapter in his career. Do either of you have any closing words here for your fans, your rivals, or maybe just the future of Elevate?
Look, first thing I can just say here is when I heard the news of what was happening this Saturday, I was not at least a bit surprised that Charlie Craig would literally go above and beyond to gain all power at Elevate Pro Wrestling by gaining both championships. And that's fine, because I've been up and down the road with Charlie, and I've grown not just in this business, but grown up with Zander. Because whether anybody realizes on here or not, let me give you a little backstory. Me and Zander are actually brothers, real brothers. And what the brothers mainly do, they're always in competition with themselves. And I've never put it past Zander to always try to step on me, because just like we always are, it's either we're with each other or against each other. And we're at the point where Zander has been so cloud-minded with Mr. Five Star, where I was a year ago, that all he sees is gold and all he's got is false promises from the Mafia. And that's okay, because one day he's going to realize Charlie Craig's going to make him fall on his face. And once again, his brother's going to be there to pick him up, dust off his boots, and go back to war again. And that's okay. And Charlie, whatever corner you step around, the Appalachian Animal coming back in the ring is going to be right there to step on those shiny shoes and jank you around by that shiny coat. And there ain't not a damn thing you're going to do about it.
Wow.
Indeed.
You
Charlie
talk
Craig.
big for somebody that does a lot of disappearing, but nevertheless, that doesn't bother me. Because the fact remains, the only reason you had gold was me. You were only 5-star quality when I was there. And you know, I think maybe, or I thought maybe, the hit to your face may be like the old song, may make you do a little number like I Saw the Light. But you know, when you walk in the darkness that you walk in, light scares you, so you get nowhere near it. That's why you left the 5-Star Mafia, because you couldn't hang with truth. But anyway, we'll leave that there.
I'm the
But
one
know this.
I'm the one that walks in the darkness, but he's the one that makes the snazzy runarounds behind everything. So what light do you have other than the glimmer that comes off of your jacket, Charlie Craig? Nothing. You got two Goonies that run around doing your work for you, because let me tell you, you made me win the belt is horse shit when it comes to the fact that I was the one that stepped through the ropes every time and destroyed everyone that was in my path. And then you got butthurt when you realized Brutus was not about to be owned by anyone.
The fact is, the only reason you were effective and relevant and won the title was because I was in your corner making sure things went your way. We all know that. And we all know that Brutus isn't really a great name for you. We know Judas is much more fitting. And we also know this fact of the matter. We also know that you didn't fire me. I threw my hands up and walked away, because the fact is, you can't fire what you didn't hire. So there is some relevance too. So in my closing to you all, you can bark, you can run up the hillside, you can chase people like animals do, but at the end of the day, you'll be laying in a pool of your own blood. Simple as that.
Wow.
All I got left for you guys and Charlie Craig is Elevate Pro Wrestling's about to have its whole world turned upside down when I come back. And with that saying, good luck to all of you, because there's nobody and nothing that's going to put this down ever again.
Hey,
Still delusional from the hip, but we're good.
Saturday is going to be a heck of an event.
Yes.
Elevate Pro Wrestling Live, 5317, Kentucky. Oh, where'd it go? My eyes has gone bad. Kentucky 522, Putney, Kentucky.
Yes.
Show starts 6 p.m. Bell time at 7. General admission tickets $10. Kids under 3 get in free.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great time. I look forward to it. I mean, it's going to be.
Whether you're there to just catch some wrestling, you're there to see the Appalachian Animal Brutus, you're there to see the 5-Star Mafia, it doesn't matter. Be there at the Putney County Fair or Putney Fairgrounds and show a little support, not only for Elevate Pro Wrestling, but for the Shriners as well. They do fantastic work. And we're actually going to have a few folks there that are going to maybe share a story about how the Shriners have helped them out. So
that's
definitely
gonna
be there for that. And Charlie Craig, Brutus, we thank you all for joining us.
We do indeed.
We really appreciate it, and we'll let you guys go. Thank you.
Y'all have a great day.
See you Saturday.
Have a good one. Whoo, them
Wow.
two.
Wow, big word.
Well, we know they ain't friends no more.
Shots fired. Is that an understatement?
That is indeed an understatement. I would say some shots, some hits were landed in that matter.
I would agree. So,
yeah.
So we again, Elevate Pro Wrestling Live, Shriners Fairgrounds, Putney, Kentucky, this Saturday, August 2nd. Gates open at 6, bell time at 7, and this is a benefit for the Shriners Children's Love to the Rescue. We are definitely looking forward to this. We love these shows that help with Shriners, help with our veterans, and all these shows that where we can schools and these civic organizations and stuff. We love this stuff. So if any of you out there, if you want to have Elevate Pro Wrestling do a show for you, please contact Elevate Pro Wrestling. You can check us out on Facebook, YouTube. We have the email. I'm sure you can put this
booking at elevateprowrestling.com. We're also on X, formerly Twitter, Thread, Instagram, and TikTok.
Yes.
And Rumble.
Yeah. The best way to reach us about a booking would be either through the email or to send a direct message to Elevate Pro Wrestling on Facebook Messenger.
At Elevate Pro Wrestling. Whew.
Yeah.
You know what? Tense moment there. Very tense.
Yeah. It got a little heated there near the end. And it surprised me, Doc, that Charlie Craig, he let out a few smiles and a little chuckle every now and then while Brutus was talking, but he didn't really interrupt Brutus, and that's not normal.
No, I was going to say, if I was sitting there watching the time, I'm like, do you know we're 13 minutes into this thing and he ain't said a word?
Yeah.
I thought he was going to explode sitting there.
Yeah. That makes me
let fester up and just get him kaboom.
I'm going to be very honest here, folks. That makes me a little fearful, because if Charlie Craig is not talking,
the world's a better place.
Well, our ears are in a better place.
Amen to that.
But that's also a very dangerous time, because that means he's in his own mind.
That's a scary place to be, I'll tell you what.
A lot of creepy stuff going on in his own mind. And I'll be honest, I'm very worried for anyone who steps in the way of the Mafia. As quiet as he was for the most part in that interview, I'm very worried.
Sorry, I had to.
Yeah. But to move on away from the interviews here, for the last 2 weeks in a row, Doc, we have done, or
you have done. I haven't done much.
Well, you definitely helped with the writing process, providing ideas and outreach on that.
Right.
So don't sell yourself short. Story time. Story
time with the excellence of elocution.
So we do have another story this week. It is a bit on the more solemn side.
Yeah,
not as much
funny. More sublime,
yeah.
A little more
not as much funny, but to it. I thought it was fitting, considering we have lost so many of our heroes and icons of our youth in the last few days, few weeks.
That's fact.
I thought it was more fitting, I guess, this week to give a little more somber feeling to the story. And with that being said, I think I will go ahead and read this week's story.
Go right ahead.
The title of this is The Locker Room Beyond the Clouds. Above the golden gates of heaven, in a locker room that gleamed with light but smelled faintly of leather and liniment, 3 titans of wrestling lore sat together, the air buzzing with old stories and new peace. Harley Race adjusted his golden robe, the one he wore the night he won the NWA title. He leaned back on a cloud-formed bench and took a long pull from an imaginary cigar. He didn't need the smoke anymore, just the ritual. I'll tell you this, boys, Harley said with that gravel voice. They still don't make them like us anymore. Across from him, Bruiser Brody chuckled, wild hair flowing down his shoulders like a lion's mane. His boots were up on a table made of starlight. Damn right, Harley. I never gave a damn about the office or the booking sheet. Just wanted to fight. Feel the crowd. Remember Puerto Rico? Harley winced. You never did listen when I told you to take it easy down there. From a darker corner of the room, lit softly by flickering lanterns that never went out, stepped Bray Wyatt, his long coat swaying like a shadow in moonlight. He smiled slow and wide, like he was sharing a secret with the universe. Y'all talk about fire and fists, Bray said, voice smooth as honey and just as thick. But what we really did was tell stories. You bled them. I haunted them. Brody raised a brow. You haunted them, huh? You and that lantern? Bray leaned in, and for a moment, even in heaven, the room seemed to grow colder. I showed them their fears, told the truth through lies, made them feel something deep, like looking into a mirror and seeing someone else staring back. Harley let out a soft grunt of amusement. You were the strangest son of a gun I ever saw in a ring, and I seen them all. Bray's smile turned wistful. You paved that road I walked on. All I did was shine a little light, or maybe cast a shadow. They sat in silence for a moment as soft echoes of crowd noise, cheers, chants, gasps, filtered up from the world below. You think they remember us? Brody asked, voice unusually quiet. They feel us, Bray said, tapping a finger on his temple. Every time someone grabs a mic and says something real, every time someone fights like it's the last match they'll ever have, we're in their bones. Harley nodded, slow and proud, and that's all we ever wanted. A bell rang in the distance, clear and steady. Another soul stepping through the ropes. Bray stood first. Guess someone just clocked in. Brody cracked his knuckles. Hope they brought their gear. Harley grinned. Welcome to the big time. And together, 3 legends walked toward the light where the ring was always full and the fans never stopped cheering.
Pretty good story, my friend. You are good at this.
Doc, I said it was a somber,
Indeed.
more somber story, and coming off of that ending to this double interview, and coming off the last couple of weeks, it just felt right.
It was a good story. It was a good story. We were blessed last week to have Grappling Inc.
Yes.
Brock's Boulder Titan Troy. This week we have had on the show the Appalachian Animal Brutus, Mr. 5 Star Charlie Craig. As long as the people like it, I say we continue to do it.
Yeah.
If you can think of anybody out there that you'd want to see on this thing, send us a message, post it in the comments, raise a smoke signal, whoever it is, we will attempt to do our best to get them.
Obviously, we're probably not going to land a Cody Rhodes or a John Cena or a Bennett, but I mean, if that's what you want, we'll do our best to reach out to those folks.
Or Ric Flair.
I actually seen a longer version of the interview that Ric Flair done after the passing of Hulk Hogan.
Right.
And Rick actually made the statement, of course I'm paraphrasing, but he was asked about, how he felt when he heard of Hulk's passing. And he said, it was odd to hear it because, we had just spoke a couple days before that. And he said, we had grown close over the years. And he said he was younger than me. And he said to hear of him just, gone, he said one of the first things that went through my mind was, am I going to be the next one?
Yeah.
And
it's a scary thought.
It really is a scary thought sometimes. And
we know Rick's health hasn't been the greatest in the last few years. He's doing better now.
Yeah.
But he's had some setbacks along the way. Proof right there, never discount what could happen tomorrow.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've honestly, yeah. Definitely so, my friend.
So again, because we done the interviews tonight, this will be a little different show than usual. We won't be doing our normal rundown of this week in wrestling and
right.
coming news, and other than, of course,
we'll change it up a little bit.
Elevate Pro Wrestling, but we will. We're changing it up a little bit, working on a few things, and just it's more like throwing stuff against the wall and seeing what sticks.
That's it. I mean, whatever the people like, and we'll do it. And if they don't like it, we might still do it.
Yeah, we might do it anyway. I mean, we done the other thing the other way just because it's
I mean,
is what it is.
But it is what I mean.
Doc,
like I said, this weekend, let's talk a little bit about that show.
Yes.
Elevate Pro Wrestling. We haven't had a show since May. We were in Oliver Springs.
Mm-hmm.
We've done the Hollers and Heroes Con back in June.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, we've laid back for the month of July. Yeah.
And that was mostly due to the relinquishing of the title. Mr. Moore was trying to get things together to figure out what to do with that.
Right.
And we knew we had this show. This show with the Shriners had been sort of unofficially on the books for a while.
It had been building since Still Standing.
Yes.
Back in April. So,
but
what do you have? I see you looking at your phone over there.
I received a message earlier and I hadn't looked because I wanted to wait till here.
Right.
Mr. Moore sent a message, an email, actually, that I have a complete card.
You got a complete card. Go ahead and share it if you don't mind.
In no particular order, we have the prize fighter, Ken Jenkins, taking on the wrestling machine, Corey Sparks.
You mean Ken Jenkins, the prize fighter, making his Elevate Pro Wrestling? We're familiar with Ken Jenkins.
Yes, absolutely.
We have saw what Ken Jenkins can do in a ring up in Ohio.
We have.
So to have him in Elevate Pro Wrestling is a true honor. And let's see what kind of stake he can play in the game.
Ken Jenkins has also been a tag team champion with Art of Grappling.
Indeed.
So we have to look at his pedigree, his resume, and it's it's huge.
Indeed, it is.
It is very, very top echelon on the independent scene. But Corey Sparks, one of our collective favorites.
Definitely.
Never count Corey Sparks out. We also have Grappling Inc. facing a newly fused tag team.
Yeah, I won't say formed because,
well,
formed is...
Yes. Repic and Caleb Throne.
Wait a minute. Hold on. The Undead Tragedy Repic
Yes.
and the lunatic Caleb Thorne
Yes.
are going to be a tag team in Elevate Pro Wrestling.
And they will be accompanied to the ring by the Neon Enigma.
What about that equation just don't seem right?
Well,
I know what it is. I know what it is. It's not Thorn. It's Thorne. It's Frank.
yes, that's right.
No,
But
seriously, Caleb Throne
Caleb
and
Throne,
Repic is a tag team.
and the Neon Enigma, that's a whole lot of crazy in one corner.
Tell you what, is there a padded room around that place?
There needs to be.
They sure better.
We're also going to see Jager versus Chris Kendrick.
Could be interesting. Jager making his Elevate Pro Wrestling debut. Caleb Throne making his, to be honest.
We're going to see Brutus versus Nakeem the Dream, the Demon Baby, who Brutus just mentioned that this match was going to happen. And this will be a number one contendership match to see who will face Zander Storm to
For
be
the
crowned
vacant?
the vacant title. Yes.
So, in theory, if Brutus were to win,
Yeah.
he'd get a shot at Zander at the title he vacated.
Yes.
But if Nakeem were to win, it would effectively be a rematch from Warzone
For the next level title.
for the next level title,
Yep.
but it won't be the next
But
level
it'll be
title. It'll be the heavyweight
right.
title. Oh boy, this is going to be a long.
And
and there's more.
to determine the next level champion, the Hammer, Jake Rayner,
The working man himself.
will take on the American Spartan, Zach Apollyon.
Don't you mean the American sellout?
Well,
Damn
Yes.
you, Zach Apollyon.
damn you,
Damn
Zach
you.
Apollyon. Mm,
I know.
so much
I
talent.
know. About like what's between his ears nowadays, but anyway.
But that will be under next level rules for the next level championship.
That is going to be very interesting.
20-minute Iron Man.
And if she goes into overtime, 5 minutes,
5 minutes.
first fall wins.
First fall wins.
Or disqualification at that point. Because in the first 20, a disqualification
just subtracts from your win total. Yes.
but in the overtime
The disqualification
counts as
is
a
an
fall.
immediate loss. Yes.
So, with that being said, we have got some people to say thank you and give a shout out to, starting off with our good friends at Time Warp. 500 Ashland Town Center Mall, 500 Winchester Avenue, out by Panera Bread. Go down there, see what Earl and the gang is into. They got all sorts of stuff. They got Funko Pops. They've got cards, collectibles, wrestling figures, records, the whole 9 yards.
And they've almost always got someone there signing autographs. And I mean, it could be movie star, TV star. It could be a wrestler. It could be a sports figure. They've always got someone coming and going there.
So, excuse me, Sunday before last,
Mhm.
they had Kane
Mhm.
and Scott Steiner.
Yep.
Last week, they had Muggsy Bogues.
Mhm.
Coming up in the near future, they've got Jake the Snake Roberts.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure I saw Mick Foley somewhere on that list. as well as in November. And so help me God, if anybody books anything that day that involves me, I will strike. I will go on strike that day because I will be in Ashland, Kentucky at Time Warp because the Great Muda is coming. And that's all I got to say about that. But no, go down there and see the good people at Time Warp.
Yeah, go down there and
great. Earl and the gang, love them to death. Also, need to say a big hats off and thank yous to our friends at the Walk-In Time, 1626 6th Avenue, Charleston, West Virginia. You know, like I said, JR has got some of the stuff out there that I wished I'd held on to.
Yeah.
In fact, I could only just sit down and write the names of what I used to have. And I'm going, I'd like to kick myself right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, some of the stuff we had in our youth is now worth
a pretty good amount of money, yes. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, wrestling figures we paid $5 for now worth 5 times that.
Yeah, or more, depending on the condition and whether the packaging is still there.
Well, if we had them, they weren't in good
condition. In the package, and they wasn't in good shape.
We
Most of ours had to.
They probably had more miles on them than the original wrestler did.
You know, Alex came in the house. DJ ALX came in the house the other night, and laying in front of the couch was the torso of one of his action figures, and it had dog teeth marks all over it. The arms and legs and head was missing. And turns out it was the one and only Darby Allin action figure that he had. So our dog, Rocky, Alex had left it laying out where he could get a hold of it. And obviously he's 7 months old. He's a pup, so he don't know.
Still, that's a blow and a half.
Yeah. So suffice it to say, I'm going to replace his Darby Allin action figure.
Right.
I might have to go talk to Earl and the gang for that.
Hey,
I might even go down and walk in time and talk to him.
You never know. Get a hold of, send Earl a message. I'm sure on the Time Warp Facebook page or JR. I'm sure one of them. Yeah. Somebody's got to have it. Oh, go ahead. Take us through the rest of them.
We have one we have added to our plugs and shout outs this week because we did not do a This Week in Wrestling or a coming event.
It's not just that. It's the fact of the matter that
we love them.
You know that, and the fact of the matter that, you know, we hear so many people asking us, guys, where do we need to go for training?
Yes.
And if you're north of,
I don't care where you're at.
Well, I don't care where you're at either. Get off your ass and drive is all I can tell you.
But
there's only one place as far as I'm concerned.
We want to not only give a shout out to them for their training, but also for the shows that they put on, the matches that they bring to the area. And, well, they also have us. So, you know, we want to, if you want to see a show and you're in the area, or if you're looking for training, real top-notch training to become a wrestler, to enter the wrestling industry, whether you want to be a wrestler or a ref, whatever the case may be,
ring announcer, commentator,
they will help you. They will help you learn this business from any angle you want to come at it. And that is FTC's Art of Grappling. Failure to Conform, Art of Grappling, 110 South 4th Street, Ironton, Ohio, 45638.
Indeed.
We love those guys.
Check those guys out on their Facebook page. Send them a message. Hey, let them know where you heard about them too.
Yeah. Also want to give a shout out to John and Bob over at the Indie Wrestling Experience. Check them out. We were just guests on their show.
Indeed.
And maybe we'll have them come on our show.
Yeah, that would be even nicer. We could do that.
So
we could.
Something we can look at. But definitely check them out. YouTube, I think they've got Facebook. I know they've got the YouTube.
Pretty sure they got Facebook because that's where we found them.
Right. Also, big shout out to our wonderful friends at the Wrestling Society Network. Check them out at thewrestlingsocietynetwork.com, Wrestling Society Network on Facebook. They have on the website, they have tons and tons of content, wrestling related content that they have spent hours and hours gathering together in one place specifically for you, the fans, or we, the fans, as well as their app on Roku, Amazon, Apple, and they are working on a standalone Wrestling Society Network WSN app. So be on the lookout for that. Download Apple, Google Play Store, whatever the case may be.
Right.
Be on the lookout for that. And last but not least, a big shout out to my wonderful wife, Sheena Dixon at Sheena Dixon Photography. Check her out on Facebook at Sheena Dixon Photography for all your photography needs. If it's prom, homecoming, graduation, sports photos, yearbook,
weddings, funerals.
If you, I guess, funerals, family reunions, or just family photos in general.
Sentencing.
Yeah,
if you want her at your court sentencing.
Yeah. Just want her at your hearing. I mean, you could be sentenced and then she can get that.
That's
or you
it.
could be found not guilty and she can get that.
That's it.
So, yeah,
I mean,
have her at your hearing.
I'm going to do it again. Sorry about that.
And
yeah, I saw something on you the other day.
What's that?
Speaking of hearings and sentencing and murders.
Yeah.
I hear baby girl's going to get married on us now.
Yeah. My eldest daughter is engaged now to a wonderful young man, Jared Dotson. He's a great kid. He's been really good to her, and he's everything you could ask for in a son-in-law. He's good to her. He's a great guy. He'll talk to you, carry on a conversation. He loves Westerns. He loves Andy Griffith. He's a welder, works every day. I mean, he's just a really good guy all around. So
this is where I laid one out.
What's that?
You ever make that little girl cry, I ain't afraid to go back to prison.
Yeah.
I know what you're thinking.
Yeah.
I ain't never been in prison. But he don't know that.
Well, he does now. You just told him.
He ain't gonna watch.
Yeah.
If he does, anyway.
He actually sent me a picture the other day. They took a few days to go to the beach, and that's where he proposed. And he sent me a picture of this massive, big old juicy cheeseburger that he was eating or getting ready to eat at the time. And yeah, he was. I'm not sure if he was sending it to me because he knows I would appreciate it, or if he was sending it to me to rub it in that I couldn't have one.
Probably both.
Probably a little both.
I would say so.
But
whew,
Doc, with
Lord,
that being
we
said,
have made it.
With that all being said,
we have made it. We have made it. We have made it. I'll tell you what we all said. Saturday, folks, get your rear ends down to Putney, Kentucky, 5317 Kentucky 522 Shriners Fairgrounds. Elevate Pro Wrestling live. It's going to be fun. Going to be a great evening. Hey, for the excellence of elocution, Walter Dixon. Wait a minute, I can't do that.
No, you can't.
You know what time it is.
I think it's time to piss on the fire and call the dogs.
For the excellence of elocution, Walter Dixon, I'm the Doctor of Professional Wrestling, Mike Blankenship, PhD, saying to you, until next time, so long from the Bluegrass State.